All right, time to go into our next segment. This is called Over Under. All right, Corey. Last year, the league leader in home runs was Kyle McKelvey. He hit 10 home runs in the regular season. Kyle Leclerc. He hit 10 home runs in the regular season. Over Under, will the league leader this year have more or less than 10 home runs?
Well, I'm trying to do the Charmelo math here. He plays the Blue Jays and the Colt 45s. Again, I'm going to go over because not only will I go over, Charmelo might have more than 10 grand slams this year, let alone 10 home runs this year.
I won't go that far, but I will also say over. He does have...
There's more games in the season, and there's...
He does have a lot of games at the Cove left
There's
still.
a bigger gap between the top teams and the bottom teams.
Plus, the season's only halfway over, even though they've played most of their season already. They've played 8 games. But I'm still going to say over. Dan Charmelo, I think, will beat the 10. I think there's also a chance of
His whole team might be him
possibly
and
even
Skibinski.
Ryan Skibinski. He's got 5 right now. He could be up there.
Aussie will go.
Aussie could be. Even Chris Hess. Chris Hess has hit a bunch. Fair.
Possibly. And Stegman will probably go over 10. And then there'll be an investigation opened up into why that's happening. But go ahead. All
right. Next up on Over Under, the A's seem to be a wild card team going into the second half of the season. They have a chance to surprise some people, but the question mark is how many wins will Nick Bove, record by the end of the season? Over or under 2?
I'm going under.
Under?
I'm going
He has 1 already.
I know he has 1. I'm going under because, as of right now, he's going against the Pirates, the Braves, and the Reds. And the Pirates and the Braves, I would expect him to lose. The Reds is the only game that he might have a shot at. But I know that's at Hess Field, and even if Zach Pop pitches, I would favor the Reds at Hess Field over the A's. I'm going under.
I disagree. I'm going to say over. I think Bove will... I think he will beat the Reds. Bove actually surprised some people. He's actually been a lot better this year. He was winless last year. I'm going to say he will beat the Reds. Also, remember, there is still that extra game that the A's will be playing against the Reds, and you never know. Bove might get the ball for that, and he could record a win there, too.
Under.
I'm going over.
Like
all right.
Like Australia. Going under. Sorry.
He's going to be mad when he sees this.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm going for you both. Over. All right. Next up, the All-Star Game. Last year, the Hess Division slaughtered the Lamb Division 28-3 in the All-Star Game. It was a slugfest, needless to say, for the Hess Division. But this year, what do you think? Combined run score between the two teams, 20. Over or under?
I'm going over. I'm going over because I think there'll be a lot of walks and a lot of hits. I know that the Lamb is supposed to send out McKelvey, O'Neill, and Rizzo, and that Hess is supposed to send out himself, Giordano, and Longo, which are 6 good pitchers.
But you're still going over.
I am still going over. It's a trend that there's a lot of games in the All-Star Game for some reason, and I think for whatever reason, maybe people get amped up because of the home run derby before. I'm going over because if I'm under, I don't really care.
All right. The All-Star Game is a 9-inning game, but you know what? Home run derby, it's going to screw everybody's swing off. I'm going under. We have 6 good pitchers, including... All right, last year the Lamb Division didn't have much for pitching. I think their Lamb Division pitching is much better this year, especially considering that the Cardinals have switched over to the Lamb Division this year. They were in the Hess last year, so now they're adding Kyle McKelvey. Also, Rizzo has developed a nasty curveball recently. Plus, Tad O'Neill, emerging pitcher from the Nationals. I think they'll hold the Hess Division. I think the Hess Division will still win this game, but I can't picture more than 20 runs scored by both teams combined.
Over.
All right, guys.
This game is over.
This game's 100% over. All right, guys. To close out our show today, happy anniversary to Kyle Leclerc on June 22nd, 2006, against the Cons. Kyle Leclerc set the record for most home runs hit in a single game with 6. Quite impressive. Nick Sutter is the only one to ever have done that. Also this week, a game featuring the Bombers and the Circumcisers in 2006 featured a walk-off win by the Circumcisers on a Dave Wolf home run, and also a game that featured every single person in the game playing hitting at least one home run. Quite a spectacle. Alright, also this week, happy birthday Tim Goyette, June 24th. Tim Goose Goyette turns 23 years old.
Wow. Like an old man.
He's getting up there. Alright, happy trails to Ian Schoonmaker. Is it Schoonmaker? Schoonmaker? Schoonmaker?
I have no idea.
There's probably about 50 ways you could say this name, but rumor is that he's on the chopping block for the Reds.
I think he's going down to AAA, and he's going to be making his appearance at the Zach Pop Wiffle Ball League in the fall.
It's quite an impressive league. Alright guys, that does it. We're out of time. I want to thank you for joining us. Remember, you can catch us anytime at HessfieldWiffleBall.com. I'm Jay Roselle. Good night.
Night, Aussie.
You boy.